Hello and welcome back to some more Settlers. I thought I would take some time to talk about the History Edition now that it is 1 day since it was released, and what that means. So first of all, it means that all of these 7 games have been re-released, and there's 8 games here because this game is on my installed twice because I had it already. But of course, if you are a player who is mainly playing Settlers 3 or Settlers 4, then you don't have to buy all of the games. I just set it as a goal that I want to revisit the old games, and then I will also try Settlers 5 and 6 again, and I've recently been playing Settlers 7, so I think I'm pretty much covered there. So I don't know if I will record Settlers 5 and 6, but it could be a learning experience where you guys can learn along with me. Maybe, I don't know. We will see about that. Anyway, if we go to the store and then we search Settlers, then we have then we are able to buy all of the 7 games for €40. Otherwise, we can buy the games separately, and that will of course be cheaper if we want one or two games. But if we want all of them, it is of course cheaper to buy the History Edition with all of the games in. History Collection, sorry. So I thought I would just open all of the games and talk a little bit about the changes. And this game launches in a window. That's kind of handy. Then we can just maximize, and then we will get super big pixels, but that's fine. The mouse runs a little bit weird on this screen, but it's a little bit better in the game. And if we just start the first mission here, then it is pretty much business as usual, like in the old game. We have to find a place to make our castle, maybe do it before the AI settle or do it after, it doesn't really matter. But this mountain is really where we want to be at. So if we can get settled somewhere here, that would be perfect. And then we just click here and get started. We have both wood and stone in the starting area here, so if we were to play the game, we would just do like this. This is a woodcutter, and for you people who have not played this game before, then it's probably hard if you have not seen these buildings before to recognize the difference between, for example, this and this. I think this is a fisher and this is a boat maker. I don't remember honestly. But we want maybe a stone cutter there, and then we can make a road. But we can't just click here and then make a road to the castle. We have to make it like this. And then we have to click here again to start the road. And these signs say if we can make a road or not, and how even the road is gonna be. Like this road is gonna be pretty steep. This is gonna be pretty flat. Also pretty flat, but with a little bit of a downturn. And then we just connect like that. And if we wanted to end this quickly, we start with a lot of troops. So what we can do is we can just go to this one. And then in order to make big buildings, we have to click this thing. We have the small buildings, then we have medium-sized buildings, and then we have large buildings. Then we can just make a castle like this, make a road, and just hook it up like this. And then the big thing they have added is that you can now speed up the game. So by clicking on this, then your settlers are pretty much supercharged, and I don't know how much faster it is, but it is a lot faster. But then again, these features are already existing in an open source version of the game. I think it's called OpenServe. But if you want to have it very accessible in Uplay and want to get that nostalgia itch scratched, then it's a pretty nice game to get, and it only costs €5. So, but if you are serious about your nostalgia gaming, then I would probably suggest that you go for the next game in the series. Go for the second game, because as Blue Byte have stated, this is the game that they wanted to make when they were making Settlers 1. And if we do the world campaign, then as you guys will probably notice is that we are zoomed out quite a lot from the HQ. And we can, like in the other game, click here and get the signs up. Maybe do a little barracks there, but in this one we can click like this and make a connection straight to the HQ. I think that's a very big quality of life thing. So I would say play this game instead of the other one. Also, the panning around is much better in this game. Like I could seriously go back to this game. But then, one thing about this game that's a bit annoying is that they have made the multiplayer a little bit weird. So let's say we want to play multiplayer. Let's see if I remember how to do this. So in the unlimited play here, we can set this one to be a human. We can get rid of these, and then we can start the game, and then we have split screen like in the old days. I guess that's nice, but that's not really what I want. I want multiplayer on Uplay, but they also never really promised this, so I guess it's fine. And if you want multiplayer in this game, then you need to get the open source version, not open source. Sorry. Yes, sorry, it is open source. The open source version called Back to the Roots. You just need a copy of the original game, and then you can use that one. I will put a link to that in the description if I remember to do it. And then we are on to my favorite game. So let's look at the configurations for this one as well. So we can set a few things here like we could in the other one. Then we can set music, sound effects, all of that, no problem. Then we can also set construction help. That's also pretty nice that we can get rid of the buildings in case we only want to have the points, the different colored points. And we can also set how we want to scroll, and apparently when installing it, it is set to border scroll alone, and that feels a bit weird. So I've set it to border scroll and mouse. Actually, I could set it to just mouse, because I don't really use the border scroll. The border scroll always mess with me a little bit. So I think we should also set the messages up a little bit, because I'm not getting all of the messages I want. And then vertical sync is fine, and playing it windowed is also pretty great, I would say. Then it works really well on multiple monitors, and you can have other things running on another screen. So if we go into the game like this, then we get this typical border up here. But if we don't want that, we just make it full screen instead of windowed, and that is no problem. And when installing it, you don't have access to all of the campaigns without. No, wait, what? Okay, that's weird. I actually I thought I made it so that I could access all of the campaigns. Oh well. I will fix that later, and I will also maybe post a link to it or post something in the description about that. But if we go into the game and see how it looks now that it is optimized for Windows 10 and better resolution, we can try maybe take the mission CD for the Asians. Also, the text here is a little bit different now. I think it's a different font as well. It's a little bit bigger, I think. And let's just go into the mission. We're not really interested in what it says there. And then it's a bit weird because the panning like this is reversed. So that means if I'm moving the mouse left, then I'm moving right on the screen. That's a thing that I have to get used to, and it can't be changed. So that's just the thing that hopefully they will do something about at some point, but I don't think it's on top of their priority list. There's a lot of other things on their mind right now, and I will also get further into that in a moment. But as you guys can see, it works pretty okay. There's extra space down here below the UI, and the UI is a lot smaller than before, and no reason to stretch the display anymore. That's pretty cool. So it's just about building things. All of this works like normal. No changes there. But moving on the map here is a bit weird. Like, it's not instant anymore. It's sort of panning to the place. That's a bit weird. But nothing major. Like, I can easily play this, and also I forgot to say that you can now zoom in the game like you can in Settlers 4. Also, these features are also available in the Android version of this game that is also open source. But of course, in the Android version they are rebuilding the game from scratch, where Blue Byte is optimizing their existing game, optimizing old code and that stuff. So they are a bit more limited in what they are able to do with the time and the resources they have allocated for this, as far as I understand. So let's just go back, because we have a lot to cover in a short time. And if we click multiplayer, then I was very disappointed. I guess you guys are also very disappointed. Where is the lobby? Where is the login? Where is all of the things that we used to have back in the olden days? And quick match doesn't really seem like quick match. It seems like just making a new game, and that is because that is exactly what it is. They have not implemented the quick match thing yet. And also this thing, I actually don't know if the LAN thing works, because I think it's only available over Uplay. So that means we have to do like this. If we make a game, we can just make it like this. Then we press OK. And also, it's not very responsive in this menu. It takes a few seconds to accept things. That's a minor thing. Then we can click OK here, and then in order to get people to fill out these positions, we have to invite, and then we have to take people from our list and invite them to the game, and that works okay-ish, but it's not perfect. Like, it is possible to get games going, but like, for example, when I installed the game, when I bought the game yesterday, I did not have anyone on my friend list, so I've just been adding people like crazy over the last day. So now I'm able to find people to play with, but at that point it was a bit of a, yeah, not very nice. So a little bit of a disappointment there, but it works and it will be better. They are gonna do something about the bugs and that stuff. So we will see about that. Let's go to the next game, Settlers 4. And let's check the configuration here as well. Here we have the option to use legacy controls, and it is actually recommended to do this because otherwise it will give problems in multiplayer. So keep this one keep this one ticked off. That's very important. And yeah, that's basically what I have to say about this. Also, the autosave function is pretty nice. That's also a thing in Settlers 3, and different display modes, windowed and full screen, like in the other one. And I would like more options for graphics. That would be nice, but we can't always get what we want, I guess. So let's just go into the game, and we don't have to set anything, it just works. And now you English-speaking people, along with myself, will probably have noticed that there is new buttons out here. I think these were already available for the Germans, these add-ons, but for the English-speaking part of the community, they were not available. So I think these are new add-ons. So if we click the new world, then we have looks like a Viking campaign up here and a Mayan campaign here. And if we then click on the Viking, then what the hell? It's all in German. And I was very confused about this and pretty annoyed, because if you don't speak German and if you don't want to use Google Translate or anything on this, then you have no idea, no way to understand what it is you're supposed to do in these missions. But the missions run fine, so it's just about opening like this, and then we are suddenly in the game. We start with a lot of ships, and we have people in the ships, and we also have warships. That's a bit weird. And we have an ally down here, and looks like they have spiced up the maps a little bit with I don't know if they added new trees, but they decided to add the Trojan trees to other maps, I guess. And also they used more decorations. So yeah, this works, and now there is no graphic bug down here, and I'm actually able to get the game to the full resolution of my screen, which is a little bit above full HD. I don't have a 4K screen, sadly. Then this area would be a lot bigger, the area below here. Like it's real estate we can't really use for anything, but it's nice that it's not a graphic bug like there used to be with the graphic thing. The HD fix patch thing that I have made a guide about. Let's get out of this, and the other one, the Great Crusade, is pretty much the same. There we just have everyone. We have the Vikings going for England up here, the Mayans moving up, the Romans in Africa, as well as Italy, and then also the Trojans. So I'm looking very much forward to the time when they are gonna translate these. And I know for a fact that is a thing that they are going to do. So I can say that they are going to translate these, but when, I don't know. Also, multiplayer here is also a bit lacking. Looks a bit like in the other one. Like, this is not really doing anything for us. We can quick match. We can also create game, and both pretty much does the same. And when making a game, we have to invite people like before. So, and then there's also a few errors in relation to this. And there is guides on the forum and stuff like that in order to make this less of a problem for people. So that's nice that the community is pitching in and helping understand the different errors that will arise from this. And then we could also open the other games, but it will be the same story there. For the 7th game, there's not really any changes as far as I understand, and And for these, I wouldn't really know where to begin, so I think we will just leave this part of this video with this. So then I want to talk about the fact that it is hard to find people to play with if you don't have any friends with this game. But there people have been nice. I don't know if it was actually an initiative from Blue Byte themselves, or if it was a community thing that got this Discord up and running called Settlers Wuzzle World. And in this, there is a lot of chat rooms. Not chat rooms. Is it chat rooms? What do you call chat rooms? I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of different tabs here for the different games. So there's general news up here, and the German section, the German lobby section, the English section, and the English lobby section, and then there is the speech, the voice part of this, because it is Discord after all. And I will put a link to this for those of you who have not seen it. Otherwise, it has also been posted on the official Settlers Facebook page. And the great thing here is that Ubisoft and Blue Byte employees are very easy to recognize, because they have gotten a certain status on this area, and they can post important stuff, and you can also ask them questions. For an example, if you are a German-speaking player, then you can go to the bug report thing, and then you can post bugs here, and there are some interesting bugs being posted here, and of course it's all in German here, so I have a little bit of difficulty understanding there. But you can also, if you are English-speaking, then you can go to the bug report section for the English-speaking section, and here I have submitted a bug I encountered where playing Settlers 4 with one human player and two AIs got me some out of sync problems, and that is the same problem as in the old days, I think. But apparently the out of sync problems is not a problem if there is no AI players in the game. So that's a thing to keep in mind. What else? Yes. And then this is also a nice place to find people to play with. For an example, if you want to play Settlers 3, then you should maybe talk on this channel here. Also, if you want to play Settlers 4, then for an example, I have written here that I'm a member of a Uplay group with a lot of members, and just add me, and then I will invite you, and will show you this group here. If we go to chat, I will pull it over to the screen here. Then I'm a member of two Settlers 4 groups here. This one is sort of community talk, so a lot of talk in here is about how to get the game running. And then when you have proven that you have the game running, that you can join, and then you can host games, then you can get access to this group, and then people will talk in here if they are hosting a game or want to host a game, and then how many players are needed for the thing, and then people will invite you, and it will all be great. So it's not so bad after all, but it for me at least, it was an initial shock with this with the fact that there was no lobby for the old games here. So also I also heard some things on this Discord thing, that apparently yesterday evening there was a talk where one of the devs, Barber, he sat down and talked to the German community about things and bugs and how the history edition was perceived. A lot of people had a lot of bugs to report and a lot of complaints, but he sat down diplomatically and tried to write down the things that the community wants, and he will take that to the other people in the company, and then we will get some information next week about what they are going to do about if they want to invest resources into making a lobby as the players want, or what they are going to be doing about it. But generally they are working on fixing problems, but as he said, it is hard because it is old code, and some of it is a bit complicated to fix. So yes, I think that was about what I had to say about this. So hopefully the small things will get better over time. At least it looks like, and it seems like Blue Byte is making an effort to fix the problems, and I think they also knew that it was not perfect at launch. It's a bit ambitious to launch 7 games at once. So just want to say thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.